Okay, hi everyone, my name is Courtney and I am the moderator. This is Lucy, she is my scribe. We'll be taking notes of the focus group. So our project is on a deeper look into Uber Eats customers, who they are, why they use this service, and what draws them to Uber Eats over other mobile food services. So the results of this focus group will be used, we'll give them to Uber Eats to help convince customers who have never used it before to use it and to take customers from their competitors. So there are no right or wrong answers today, only differing points of view. We are tape recording, so only one person may speak at a time. We're on a first name basis here, so we'll go around and introduce ourselves once I've concluded the guidelines. You don't need to agree with others, but you must listen respectfully and share their views. Please refrain from using your cell phones during this time. My role as a moderator is to guide the conversation and direct questions towards you guys. And we're just gonna have a conversational talk to each other. So before we begin, does anyone have any questions? Okay, can everyone introduce themselves?
Sure. My name's Melanie Kaufman.
I'm Courtney.
I'm Chelsea.
I'm Jordan.
I'm Cash.
Okay, cool. So you guys were all chosen because you're students at UGA. And yeah, so we're gonna start. So do you guys have any experience using food delivery apps? And if so, what are your favorites / do you use multiple?
Okay, yeah, I use Uber Eats and Bulldog Delivery.
I also use both of those because some restaurants that Uber Eats doesn't have, Bulldog Delivery has, and it usually is quicker to.
I use Bulldog Delivery, Uber Eats, and Postmates.
I use Grubhub, Uber Eats, and Postmates.
I think I've used Uber Eats like once, but besides that, I haven't used any of the other ones.
Okay, cool. So how do you guys personally decide which app you are going to use over the other ones?
What food they have, like what restaurants I want, like which ones have those restaurants.
So does Uber Eats have less restaurants than other opposing competitors?
I feel like they always have like the same restaurants. Like I feel like they don't really have local restaurants. It's more like McDonald's, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think most of the big ones that are national have pretty much the exact same restaurants, and then Bulldog Delivery has more of the local options, which, you know, is a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I choose Bulldog Delivery because it has more of like the local ones like Tzatziki's and like ones that Uber Eats probably doesn't know about.
I think price is huge too, because a lot of the time when I use them, it's if they're doing some kind of deal or discount, like not charging a delivery fee.
Yeah, true. So what do you guys know about Uber Eats versus the other delivery services like Postmates, DoorDash, Bulldog Delivery, GoPuff, Grubhub, etc.?
Uber Eats sends me a lot of emails giving me like some discount stuff, and that was the one time I used it because I think it was like a 40% off the delivery fee, but I don't really know a lot about its competitors.
I feel like Uber Eats is a little bit more like user friendly because it's within the same app as Uber, and I'm usually like using that app a lot, so it's just easier to access it.
It's also like the same credit card, like on like Uber and Uber Eats, so like it's easy to do that. You don't have to like set anything additional up. So I feel like everyone that uses Uber Eats has already used Uber, so it's like easy to do that.
Okay, another question about that. Is it set up to your parents' credit card or is it set up to yours?
Parents.
And is that why you're more inclined to use it?
Because I can't use like Postmates or Grubhub or anything like that on my
Right.
parents' credit card, but I can use Uber Eats because it's on my parents' credit card.
Okay,
Well,
cool.
mine's set up to my own, so usually I use the one that's cheapest.
Yeah.
That's some kind of deal, since all of them usually send like some kind of discount code, except for Bulldog.
Yeah.
Mine's also set up to my own, so I think like I thought about doing it, but then I just get in my car and drive because it's just faster,
Right.
and it saves me the delivery fee too.
Right. So how much do you guys like spend per month on food, like food delivery apps opposed to like food? You know what I'm saying? Is that your question?
Honestly, Uber Eats so much.
Really?
Like multiple times a week, so like a lot of money.
I don't spend that much because I only deliver it like when I'm like really desperate. Like if I miss dinner and like don't have any ways to go get food. So not that much.
Yeah, that's like the same with me. Probably like a couple times a month I'll use it, but most of my food money goes towards like grocery store purchases.
Okay, so then on top of that, like, how's your living situation affected your usage of the apps? Like, explain kind of like if you have access to a kitchen, etc.
I think it definitely affected mine. Like, I live in a sorority house, so like I have dinner provided for me. So like I'm never gonna Uber Eats dinner, but like if I'm really hungry and it's late, I might do it because I don't want to get in my car and drive, or like I'm doing homework and don't want to like get up and leave. But like I have a kitchen too, so like having a kitchen definitely like deters you from doing it. So I feel like I did it a lot more when I lived in the dorms, didn't have a kitchen, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I live in a sorority house and I get breakfast, lunch, and dinner, so that's also why I don't really use it that much. The only time I would is if I missed dinner and didn't get like a late plate, or like on the weekends because we don't get food on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, I also live in a sorority house, but we only get dinner. So, and I also don't have a car here, so it just makes it's a lot more convenient for me, even though it's more expensive. It's like kind of worth it because I have no way to get to the food stores.
I live in a house this year and I have a car, so I've been like lucky enough to just go to the grocery store and cook. But I definitely find myself buying food if I'm on campus or if I'm already out. But if I'm just home, I usually just like cook food.
Yeah, I just got a kitchen this year, so I don't really use it at all now. But last year, when I didn't have one and I didn't feel like driving, if I had homework or something, I use them a lot.
Cool. Okay, nice. So then next question, what are some of your favorite restaurants that you get on these food delivery services, and is this restaurant offered on one or more platforms?
My favorite from Bulldog Delivery is Tzatziki's. I actually don't know if it's on Uber Eats. Probably have to check. But if it isn't, then I would only use Bulldog Delivery, really.
I use DoorDash and Grubhub for Willie's a lot, but as far as I know, it's not on Uber Eats.
My favorite one on Uber Eats is Maple. It's like one of the more healthier options in Athens, so it makes it easy and more like accessible to get healthy foods.
Okay, so then I guess all of you have used it before, but for people who don't use these services, what do you think would motivate them to like do it more?
Lower delivery fees.
Yeah,
Discounts or something.
yeah.
Something that Postmates does like really good, like Postmates is really good about doing like when you sign up, you get like for like your first delivery fee is like waived and all this stuff. So like that's really helpful. And I know Uber Eats like really doesn't have great like promotional like discounts because I think they kind of assume that they have like the dominance in the market because they have like the Uber app.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like just like lower delivery fees or like finding a way to like make it more affordable would be the best thing to do.
And Postmates also, if it's the restaurant's really close, they won't charge you a fee at all. A lot of it's like distance based, and Uber Eats is like a flat rate. So if you're getting something that's next door and you get charged the same amount, something that's takes 20 minutes to get there, it's not really worth it.
True.
I also think like finding a way to like increase their reliability. Like sometimes I've noticed like my friends who do it, the food comes really fast, but there are certain times where like it takes like an hour and a half or something. And I feel like that's what makes them not want to use it because it's really hit or miss with the different driver you get. It's like a different service each time.
And also last time I was on Bulldog Delivery ordering from Tzatziki's for like the first time it happened to me where I needed like a $10 minimum on just the food part. That didn't include the like delivery fee or anything. I don't know if that was like the restaurant, but like if it was just like Bulldog Delivery, then maybe to give like Uber Eats like a competitive edge there, they just wouldn't have like a minimum, because then I just had to order random stuff and then my meals started being really expensive for like no reason. The food I didn't want.
Yeah, I think maybe trying to implement something where based on like your location and like your local, like the local food places that are available to you, like changing the Uber like options like based on your location, so you would have like access to more of like the local places and not just like the McDonald's, the Chipotle, things like that. So
Perfect, thank you. So who do you guys think is the leader in these food delivery apps and services, and why?
I would say Uber Eats just because Uber is so popular. Like everyone has an Uber, I feel like, and since it's linked to it, it's more well known.
Less from a personal standpoint, but my sister lives in New York, and she said everyone there uses Postmates. No one uses Uber Eats at all, just because they realize it's a little bit of a better, like,
I honestly feel the same way about Postmates.
I think Uber Eats, just because like Uber is so popular, like even if I'm ordering something off of Bulldog Delivery, I'll say I'm Uber Eatsing something. Like it's kind of just like an adjective or whatever you call it. I'm just like I Uber Eats it, even if it was like not. I just use that term as like food delivery. So that's I might be biased, but
yeah, I think like nationally Uber Eats definitely is like the leader, but I think like around like at least Athens, I don't think Uber Eats offers the best options. I think more like people use like Bulldog deliveries more, like Postmates, like in Athens.
Okay, so my last question is, what are some like positive and negative experiences you've had with food delivery apps in general?
I think the one negative experience that I've had, like at least living like in Athens, is like people taking your food, especially like when I looked at the dorms, is the Uber, they'd see the Uber car pull up like with food in it and they just like walk up, and a lot of times like I haven't even been asked like my name or anything. They'll just like expect it to be the person coming. And like I've had like my food taken like 2 or 3 times, and then they don't reimburse you or put it back on your credit card without like proof that it wasn't you. So I never got reimbursed, and that was very annoying, especially because the delivery fees are like really expensive here. Yeah, one positive thing that I would like to say about the dorm situation is that in the notes of the like order, you can ask them to bring it into the lobby of the dorm building. So that like makes it a little bit more reliable, because instead of them just being in a car and anyone walking on the street like asking, it's like in your specific dorm building, and like I just walked right down the stairs and it was waiting for me, like the guy like came inside with the package like for me. So it like made it a little bit better with that situation, but those things also still do happen.
I really haven't had any negative experiences. I don't think. It's been generally like I get them pretty quickly. Yeah, like she said, you can like request them to come like to the lobby, like for the dorm, or like in my sorority house, they come like right around the back, like they know to come around the back. So yeah, but I know for Bulldog Delivery, I do like how it gives you the time, like it was processed and then it's getting made, it got picked up, it's on its way. I don't know just if Uber does that, but I like seeing like the time frame, and it like, so just more positive.
I've only had personal like positive experiences with Uber Eats, but I knew from just like a local restaurant owner around here that he really likes Uber Eats because they make sure they partner with the restaurants, and they know that their food is getting put on Uber Eats, as opposed to some of the other ones like Grubhub and Postmates. They essentially send your order to a call center, and they call in your order, and that can be really frustrating for them. So yeah, that's one positive that they have over a lot of the other ones.
Yeah, I haven't really personally had any since I don't use it that much, but a bunch of my roommates do. And there was this one time she ordered a smoothie and it hadn't come in like over an hour, and she tracked it and it was in Atlanta. So she just never got her smoothie, which is like fine, but they didn't reimburse her either. And it was like a whole ordeal.
Yeah, that happened to me one time with a smoothie order. It was taking like a lot longer than it should, and then finally it delivered and it was completely melted, and there was no way I could like ask for my money back because it still arrived, but like not in like a timely fashion. So it was like
not as good as it would have been if I just like drove to the store and got it fresh.
Okay, so thank you so much for being here. This concludes my questions, but is there anything that you think I've missed or we want to add to my questions today?